Hello, back again. Today I've got a Moonman or Majohn P136, which is a piston filler and familiar looking cigar shaped pen. Say familiar looking. They do say that imitation is the highest form of flattery, so I think this one is flattering the Montblanc 146 or any other cigar shaped pen of that particular size that's been in existence for however long. So I picked this one up in a nice dark green. I like a dark green from AliExpress. Didn't come with a box, just a plastic pen sleeve. For around £20, which was reduced. I think these used to go for, when they came out, I've seen them up at the kind of £40 to £50 mark on release. So I held off. I didn't think, to be honest, I could have been wrong, but I didn't think that they would be worth that price. So I held off a bit, and then I saw them at a decent price. So I picked one up to give it a try. So on the cap band there, you can see, hopefully, Moonman. And then P136 in a small bit of script there. Then another silver ring, so silver coloured trims on this. Clip is flattering something else as well. It's quite stiff, this clip. Works okay on a shirt, but it is very stiff. And then you got the ring up the top, domed finial, and then another ring down here separating from your piston turning knob, which I won't turn because there's ink in the pen. Screw cap unscrews in about 1 1/4. You have a number 6 sized steel nib. Sully, again with Moonman and medium, because this is a medium, and here you have a plastic feed, which, as you can see, if I can get the light right, the feed's a little bit on the wonk there, just misaligned with the top of the nib. In the nib unit, you can see the 2 little holes there. That is for a little tool to slot in and unscrew the nib unit, which it did not come with. And there's a similar 2 holes within the piston mechanism. As I say, I won't operate it right now because it's got ink in it, and that would be to unscrew the piston. So that's, to my knowledge, not disassemblable. This you can't take it apart, right? Unless you've got that tool. Which it didn't come with. I don't think they're too much to pick up separately, but it's a slight annoyance if you did want to do that. I haven't tried other tools with it as yet, but I can always do some sort of disassembly thing if I find something that works. Got a couple of Hongdian bits knocking around somewhere, so I could have a look at that. Ink window, again, flattering. A Montblanc style ink window. Which is quite nice. I quite like them, actually. So the ink window is covered up by the cap when that is screwed, which is my personal preference. Cap threads, nice and smooth, very comfortable if you're holding up around the threads. And the sections are nice size and shape for me. Stay there. Just with that little flare out, which may again look familiar. Let's look at a couple of measurements quickly. Here you go. So you have the P136 with the medium nib. So length capped 146mm. All of these approximate. I am literally using a measuring tape and some kitchen scales, so they are approximate. Yeah. Capped, uncapped, doesn't post. Sorry, I forgot that. I'll come back in a second. So I've seen this in other people's reviews and bits before. I mean, you can balance it on there, but it just comes straight off. I've tried giving it a really good wedge as well. Like, can I, you know, and it just, no. So I'm going to call that as does not post, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Cap 27, uncapped 17 grams in weight, with the cap being 10. Barrel at its widest point, and before it tapers down to the end. I mean, so widest point is just in the middle here, and then you've got about 11 tapering down to, in the sections about 10 millimeters. For a quick size comparizione, we have here, I never know whether to do these standing up or alongside. What do you think? Let me know. Which works better for you? So you've got a Lamy Safari there, and then just for an added bit of familiarity, oh, that's poor, that's poor, that's horrible framing. Do excuse me. You've got a Jinhao X159, which is obviously the tribute act to the Montblanc 149, because I don't have one in my collection currently, so I'm using this. So they're the similar sizes there of those renowned cigar-shaped pens. Let us see how it writes, and then I'll go over bits that I like or don't like. It just, I nearly had the hang of this the other day. Forgive my bumblingness. It doesn't leak, by the way. That is me messing around with nibs and inks and etc. So that is not guilty for this pen on that front. So we have the, I never know what to call these, to be honest. I mean, it's advertised as Majohn, but then it says Moonman on the nib, it says Moonman on the cap band. So let's play it safe. P136, medium, number 6 size steel nib. The ink in here is Pineda Verde, which is green. Yeah, Pineda green. Bet you're glad I pointed that out. So, a good flow in the writing department. Just chuck out a bit fast. Keeps up fine, no issues with the flow. However, don't know if you picked it up there at all, but it is a bit scratchy. So if, I don't know if you can see it on here, but I have noticed, if I put this under a loop, I don't think I can get it to focus, but it is, I can see a tiny bit of misalignment in the tines. So I will have a fiddle with that, see if I can sort it out relatively easily, because I am no expert, but I will have a play. But yeah, it is. It's beyond feedback. It is a bit scratchy from certain angles, and it does bug me. Flow's okay though, so wetness, that's decently decent amount of wetness there. So if it was smoother, that would be very, very nice. Line variation, not a lot. That's with quite a bit of pressure, that stiff nib. Stiff. Really sorry, I don't know what's going on with me today. Reverse. Does do it. A little bit scratchier still. It keeps up alright actually, if you wanted to do that. So in summary, if it wasn't scratchy, and if I can realign those tines, that'll be quite a nice writer. But as it is, that's how it came, so that's how I wanted to present. So there is a possibility of needing a bit of work. I'll be fair actually. So I did get another one in red with a stub because I wanted to try that out. That's a pretty smooth stub. So from my personal experience, you got a 50-50 chance of the nib being aligned properly. So what do I like and not like so much? Excuse me. I like the size in the hand for like an everyday work carry. It might be a little bit on the slenderer side of what I would class as my ideal, but I can write with varying degrees of size. Piston works well, didn't have any issues with that, worked well and smoothly. Didn't feel flimsy or fragile. The section is comfortable, like that little flare out, obviously familiar. And I like that ink window, as I said. Excuse the postman. I like the ink window, as I said. Focus, come on. I like that it covers, the cap covers the ink window. That's my personal preference for an ink window. It's quite subtle as well, comfortable threads. There's a few different colours available, which is nice. So we've got a green one. I also got like a burgundy. I think the only trim was silver. I can't remember all the other colours off the top of my head, but there was a navy, I think, a grey, and presumably a black. And I didn't notice the black trim, so you can go and find that out for yourself. Price is okay, about 20 quid. From AliExpress this was, so I had to wait a little while for the delivery, but that's fine. If it was more than that at the kind of old price, I think that I'm not sure that I would say that that was decent value, but if you get around the £20, euros, dollars, whatever equivalent, that's okay, I suppose, if your nib writes. Because I do believe a nib should write nicely at whatever price point. And to be fair, it does write. It's a bit scratchy, but I'll see if I can sort that out. What do I not like? I don't need to post my pens. I do post some, depending on the size. That would probably be a little bit long for me. But then it's just a little bit thin where it rests on my hand. So I might like that option, maybe if it posted a bit deeper or at all. I just find it odd that wouldn't post. Strange, I don't know why. Nib performance, obviously, it writes, but it's a bit scratchy. And not everyone's going to go, oh, I can sort that out. I can, realign the times and this and that and the other. If you want to buy a pen, you want it to write nicely. You can also see the feed is misaligned or just plain wonky. So I don't think the QC's gone brilliantly there with the nib. I'm not wild about the fact you need a tool to take the nib unit out, especially if it's not included. That just bugs me, again, at any price point. The piston as well, it's either you can disassemble it or not, but if it needs a tool to do so, include the tool. Twisby do it, Narwhal, Hongdian mainly, I have found. It's just a bit annoying, really. But yeah, other than that, that's not bad. It's a handy, more inexpensive alternative to some other things. It's a good size carry. It's just the nib performance and the other bits. But if you can get one at that price rather than what I've seen it for before, approaching kind of double that, then it's a reasonable pickup. Just be aware that you might have to tune your nib. Hope you've rather enjoyed this. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again. Bye.